morning. This is Taboo Topics by Fashion First Aid. I am your host, Honest Kim, and we are here live from Vermont with Annie, the psychic sidekick.
Hey everyone! I feel good vibes are coming. Woo!
Annie coordinates an amazing summer festival out in Vermont called the Friendly Gathering, and which is why she is out there at the moment. And she is going to lead the talk today on festival attire because I have no earthly idea what that is.
Yes. I think Kim is far from the exact opposite of festival people because for all of you that go to festivals, you have your typical like fedora hat, you have your loose hanging tank top and either cut off shorts and flip flops, or if you're at a muddy festival, you're wearing your hunter rain boots. The great thing is it's all about expression, but the funny thing is I also feel that everyone kind of wears the same thing. Like if I see another lacy vest with like just a tank top, cut off shorts, and like rainbow flip flops, wow, very original, shocking.
It's like express yourself, but buy it at Forever 21 and Urban Outfitters where everyone else is also buying the same thing. That is some show of expression.
Exactly. Because like I think for all my festival clothing that I do own, which isn't a lot, but it's either Free People, Anthropology, or Urban Outfitters. A lot of times it's very free flowing. I have some lacy numbers that it's a little scandalous. Those fun, really comfy pants where they are loungy pants. A lot of tie-dye. This girl, Bree here, she makes her own clothes, and so she sews it together and she tie-dyes it, and she really likes low-cut dresses. So it's where you can't really wear a bra, but the way she uses it, like she can use some of our products to help make it so it all stays together, because the other thing is the last thing you want to do when you're listening to a band and you're spinning around or hula hooping for the girls to come out or an outfit to fall apart, because like vintage clothes are really big. Like here's my vintage t-shirt for Cat Wright and the Abominable Snowman. So
So vintage, how old is that shirt?
what?
How old
It's
is that shirt?
I think it's like 15 years old. The person that made the shirt, she goes around to thrift stores and buys the shirts that are vintage clothes, and then she screen prints it with her band name on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of unique and different. Instead of a normal typical t-shirt you'll wear for maybe like 2 days after the festival and then toss it.
Oh. Okay. So when did used clothes start becoming vintage? Isn't there a qualification? Like, don't they have to be at least a certain amount of years old? Like finding something at the thrift store and saying it's vintage, I don't think that counts. Like, yeah, that was four
What?
years old. That's not vintage.
So what do you consider vintage, Kim?
I don't know. Isn't there a category like to be an antique? Doesn't it have to be at least 100 years old or 70 years old? Or there's a, excuse me,
Or
there's an actual number, I thought, with the term antique. So I think there should be a number with vintage, right?
full
It
vintage
has to be.
cars, 25,
Is that the number
right?
for vintage cars? I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm pretty sure it's 25 years, which I always thought was funny because I had a 1984 Chevy Blazer as my first car, and I had it until 2004 or 2005 maybe. I was like, oh, vintage car, how cool. Nobody wants to buy it, but it's vintage technically.
Oh, four. Yeah, that's 20 or 21.
Yeah, it was all
So, well, anyway, I think there has to be a number for it to be vintage. We'll call it 20,
I agree.
25. It can't be, it's not vintage, it's just used. Or hey, it's upcycled or it's recycled. I mean, that's cool. It's hip, it's local, it's sustainable.
It's sustainable, that's right. And reusing your clothes is very environmentally friendly.
And saving them from disaster is also environmentally friendly. Check us out. Woo woo, eco warriors.
Holla. Okay, so the biggest thing is like when it's at festivals, I know I went to a festival for Further, which is a Grateful Dead band, and I was wearing my strapless dress, and I had my epoxy inside the dress. So it's like I put my ID and credit card. Well, one of the ladies is like, "Whoa, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a pocket." She's like, "Genius! You can not only stash like the stuff you want to keep safe, that's legal, but also the stuff you illegally want to keep stay safe. So that's like a great thing, Poxy. Other stuff of ours that's really great is nipple mats because there's a lot of no wearing bras at festivals. I'm sure you'll just take my word for it, Kim. And so nothing worse than having a wardrobe malfunction and showing a nipple, or if your nipples are too overzealous, hide them. Also, quick fix sticks for those low cut shirts is like keeping your shirt in place. There's just so many things we have that is helpful to these people. Or
But I kind of get the feeling that these people really just don't give a rat. They're like, hey, I don't care, my boobs are hanging out. Woo, it's free, I'm expressing.
I think some people don't care, and then there's other people, especially people that are seasoned and yet new, that still are like, no, I need it. So it's like, for example, if you run out of underwear, like knicker stickers is great. Like I've been talking to people about our products, and I'm just like, they're like, oh, so what else are you doing? And so they're like, oh my gosh, you guys should sell that at the festival. Like there's so many times where you run out of underwear and you need a replacement, and it's like knicker stickers, boom, done. That's super helpful. The Poxy, it's genius because the last thing you want to do is carry around a purse. Like you usually just throw it in your pockets or in your bras, and so the Poxy is super helpful with that.
Great. Well, sounds good. So set up a booth, sell your stuff to stash your cash or stash your stash.
Or stash your stash.
Or your mustache. Super. Well, let's move on to my favorite, my second favorite part of this program is the Dick of the Week Award. So who is our
Da-da-da.
Dick of the Week?
Do you have any nominations, Kim?
I have a nomination for the person this week who was talking to you poorly.
That's my nomination too. It's not, I get everything's collaborative and it's give and take, but I think entitlement is not very nice.
Yep. If you are working with someone and you cannot talk to that person, to the rest of the whole team, no matter what their position is or what their position isn't, with respect, and then I think you get the Dick of the Week award.
Yeah.
And
So
especially you. No one talks down to you.
yeah. Well, it's just sad because our whole thing is being friendly and positive, and it's just like we have our 10 anchors for being awesome, and it's not that hard, and I think everyone can follow it. And so I think everyone also might be a little stressed. I get it. It's a lot going on here, but bring it
All
down.
right.
Bring it down.
So we'll just call that guy Nick.
Yes. No, because there's a really nice guy named Nick
Oh,
here.
shoot. How about Rick?
I don't know Rick. Oh, I
Okay,
do. The fire department chief that like helped us the other day. That's his name.
I was just coming up with things that rhymed with Dick.
Oh. How about
Let's call him.
Stick? Stick. I don't know anyone named Stick.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's call him Stick. So Stick will get our Dick of the Week award.
Perfect. Yay.
Do you have one
And
there to give him?
I don't. I am lacking products. So I tell everyone about these. Everyone loves kitty carpet. They don't think it's real.
Oh boy, is it real.
They love that. And what we really needed the other day was what the smell when the septic tank went bad.
Oh yeah, I've got one with me all the time. I'm not even kidding. Too many bad taxi rides. Hey, do you have a mailing address? I can send you one or some
Okay.
or all of the above.
Yeah, 431 Glebe Mountain Road.
I'll just. Okay.
Everyone come to the festival.
Great. I'll just get that in the mail. And what about the prediction, Psychic
Oh,
Sidekick?
prediction. So it's raining right now, but I predict it will be sunny this weekend because I can predict weather too. Everyone's really stressed, but come July 4th with the fireworks will be the release of stress, and then everyone will center back down into a calm and be focused and driven, and everyone will be headed towards success. And numbers 5, 4, 2, oh, and slow down on the road because there will be something driving in the road, and if you're not going slow, you might hit it. I'm not saying it's a person, but it could be a squirrel, a moose, a dog, a cat. So just slow down on the road.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Psychic Sidekick. I appreciate your prediction and the words of advice. Have a great time this weekend at the festival. Tune in next Tuesday. Hopefully, Annie still has a voice then, where we are talking about.
We are talking about. Oh, don't get mad.
We're
Don't get.
talking about not getting mad right here.
We're talking about keeping your summer clothes fresh in the heat because I don't know about you, Kim. Actually, it's been really cold so far this summer. I know it's only been summer for 2 days, 3 days now, but I've been freezing my pants off. But there's other parts of the country that are definitely getting hot, hot in here. Or when we were going to Miami, how to stay keeping our clothes fresh in the heat.
You're talking to someone in a turtleneck right now. So yeah, tune in next week for that. I'm your host, Honest Kim. This is the Psychic Sidekick, Annie, and with Taboo Topics by Fashion First Aid. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Toodaloo, kangaroos!